All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Michael Myers fanatic, and I'm here with Greg Hiller from Cinema World. He talked about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Star Wars, Halloween, and many other movies. Greg, how's it going?
Going really well. Happy holidays to you and all of your viewers out there.
Same here. I hear Halloween isn't, it's not going so good, man. What's going on with that?
Well, in my last video blog, I did mention that Malika Todd was promising everybody some big news in November, and we never got it. We did get the news that there was some kind of problem between the studio and the writers, and they had brought in some other people to help with the script, and now it just seems like the brakes have been put on the franchise. Um, that's unfortunate. We both know that there were some switches at the helm of the Friday the 13th franchise as well, so that's been pushed back another year or so. So it sounds like these horror franchises, for whatever reason, are running into some problems.
Do you blame Halloween Resurrection as most people do?
No, I think I give Resurrection credit because at least Resurrection was a unique idea. It wasn't just Michael Myers coming out and killing and slashing and the typical formula. At least they tried the webcam show. They had the text messaging. They brought in some of the more modern technology and challenged Michael Myers with it. We got a unique vision of Michael Myers actually killing with the view from the victim, because they all had the body cams on. So while Resurrection isn't my favorite in the series, I give the people who did it credit for at least trying an original idea, which is
Yeah,
which is more than I can say for Rob Zombie.
I agree. I definitely agree. Um, when I heard about the movie called Halloween Returns, first of all, let me say this: I woke up and I got on my computer and somebody left me a message, and they basically said, "Holy crap, you're not gonna believe this." And I said, "What?" And they put the article for Halloween Returns on my wall, and I'm like, well, what's this? I didn't know what that was. It's a Halloween Returns. What's that? I read it, and it just said that it might be a sequel to part two. So I was like, okay, that's random.
hmm So again, when I saw it on your, and actually that's where I discovered it was on your page, and the first thing I thought about was, okay, now you're splitting Halloween up again. You're splitting it up into Halloween 1 and 2, this new Halloween, which I guess could be Halloween 2.5, Halloween 3, which was its own film, Halloween 4 through 6, then you have H2O and Resurrection. So you have all these little pieces of this franchise, and there's no direct timeline because now you have Michael Myers directly after the explosion in the hospital from Halloween 2. He was supposed to be comatose and burnt or whatever happened, but now he's on death row. So he's burnt to a crisp. He's in a coma. He's in bandages, which was the prelude to Halloween 4, but now he's on death row. So how they could do that and break the time between Halloween 2 and Halloween 4 kind of baffled me. And I was with you very strongly that just do Halloween 9. Just move it forward. Don't do further damage to the timeline of this original series. There's already been enough damage done to it, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. I don't know what to say. But I guess now we can move on to September of this year. And I don't mean to keep rehashing this, but if you don't mind, I would like to
No,
share with the viewers how this happened. And first of all, let me tell you guys that I don't go to sleep right away at night. I'm a night owl, as is Greg at times, and we were basically hanging out on Facebook, and he randomly said to me, he says, "Hey dude, why don't you try and get a celebrity on your channel?" I was like, "Well, who am I gonna get?" He says, "Well, I don't know. You can get Sarah Michelle Gellar, or whoever." And I said, "Well, I doubt it." And he says, "Hey, I know. Get Marcus Dunstan." So I tweeted him, and he basically said, "Well, I can't answer any questions right now." So, Greg, tell the audience, did you actually think that was gonna work when you suggested that?
Well, what my take was on the situation is there was a lot of rumors going on, and even going further back to past, before September and July and August, this Halloween Returns thing came out, and they were going to fast track it. They were scouting locations in Louisiana, in the swamps, or wherever. They were going to cast it and shoot it in a couple of months. I mean, this thing was going faster than the Flash. So all of a sudden, everyone was all revved up. They were thinking that there was going to be a Halloween movie by February or March of 2016. That's what they were targeting as the date of release. Then you and I started to hear things were going south, which didn't surprise me, as they were fast tracking this thing like they were. And so there were rumors, and we were all speculating. And I said, you know what? Let's just get it from the mouth of the person who's, or someone who's involved in this. And I said, well, let's get Marcus Dunstan or somebody who can, they don't have to answer about plot, or they don't have to answer about, what Michael Myers is going to be doing, but at least tell us, okay, where are we at in the process of getting this project done or started? And that was really what I was looking forward to. Just clear up all the rumors, clear up all the stuff that you and I were both hearing. And you had gone on and done some great videos about, well, I'm hearing this and I'm guessing this, and I was doing the same thing. And I'm like, enough rumors. Let's let the fans hear from someone in the know. That's what I was hoping for.
I mean, that's what I thought was going to happen, and then the guy actually did the interview. I mean, he actually did it, He says, well, yeah, I'll do the interview. What time is good for you guys? So I said to him, we'll do it on Saturday. And then that whole thing went south, as you know, with the other two guys, and they both got upset because I gave you the credit. I said, well, Gregory Hiller did this, not you guys. Is the one that set this whole thing up, and they couldn't take it, man. But I give credit where credit is due, because without you, I would have never done this whole interview thing. I mean, Dan Chase, who's another podcaster, does these interviews, and he talked about it, but nobody stayed on me about interviews like you did. So again, I want to say thank you, because you encouraged me to do that, and without you, I never would have gotten this done. As far as
Well,
Sarah Michelle Gellar goes, I doubt that's gonna happen, bro. So, what else would you like to add about Halloween Returns?
well, personally, there's been some rumors about the Weinstein brothers and some issues they're having financially, and it's been known for the past few years they've made some poor investment choices, and their credit's a little shaky. So that rumor's out there. There's Malika Todd is not as dedicated to the franchise as his father. You'll see him at a lot of different parties. He's more of a playboy than his father, who was more dedicated to Halloween. I don't think we're going to see a Halloween movie for a few years. I would like to personally target 2018, because that's the 40th anniversary of the franchise. I'd rather them wait a few years and make a really high quality movie than do what they did back in July and start pushing all this press out there and rush it and just make a movie for the sake of making a movie. That's just my opinion. I think there's some really up and coming great young actors and actresses out there. I mean, Halloween has done a lot to jumpstart the careers of a lot of actors. You can think right now of, I can think of Paul Rudd, who's huge. He's Ant-Man now. Well, you know, you're thinking of Josh Hartnett. You're thinking of some people who have won awards. The late Heath Ledger's wife, and I always forget her name, but she played Molly in H2O. So, you know, you've had Busta Rhymes, Tyra Banks, Katie Sharkoff, and had a lot of famous people get their jump starts in these horror franchises. So I don't think they're dead. I know you're a big Child's Play fan, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Chucky next year, because that's going to be the only of the franchises. That's the only one that's going to be coming out. And
Definitely.
so I'm looking forward to seeing Child's Play. I'm hoping they bring Jason back in some form or another, but I don't think a weekly Jason series is going to work. I don't think a weekly Halloween series would work. I don't think you could do that. But with everything that they're doing with CGI right now and special effects, if they gave it to someone really, really super cool, and you know, I don't want to say Michael Bay, I don't want to say someone, you know, I'm just saying put it in the hands of somebody who really appreciates what John Carpenter did back in '78 with a really low budget and making a really great suspenseful movie. And you know, that's what I would recommend. I mean, I haven't seen the new Star Wars movie, but I hear that J.J. Abrams, the big reason for the success of this new film is that he took a lot from the original film back in 1977 and put it into 2015. So well, maybe the same would work for Halloween if you took some of those aspects that made that original movie so well done and put it into a newer mode, a 2016-17 mode.
Well, do you think Marcus Dunstan will want to come back to my channel after all this stuff that happened? You know, do you think that's going to affect anything?
I think we owe a tremendous debt to Marcus Dunstan. Let me explain why. I think when the problems with the rights of that interview were going on, I think one of your viewers, and I have an idea which one, but I really would rather not mention that person, went to Marcus Dunstan and informed him of what was going on. I think Marcus Dunstan went to that other party, and all of a sudden, that other party gave it back to you. You got the credit. Everything all of a sudden made like a sharp U-turn in your direction. So I think Marcus Dunstan helped out, kind of, you know, didn't want to be out there going, I did this, I did that, but I think someone gave Marcus the 411 and gave that other party a very stern warning.